Greetings and welcome to part 8 of the trombone series. This is focusing on the red belt. That would be numbers 132 and 150 in your book. Pages 24 to 28, or numbers 119 to 150 is what we're going to be looking at in this section. So a couple of new things. First of all, at the top of 24, you have a special trombone exercise, lip slurs. So basically what a lip slur is you take one slide position and you can go higher and lower on it. You just use your air to separate the notes instead of tonguing. You just want to let your air do all the work. It's going to make you use your air, aim it a little higher or lower depending on which way you want to go. Your tongue, you're going to find yourself going more like an ah-ee, ah-ee. You can feel your tongue raising when you say e, right? Try it. Ah-ee, ah-ee. That's going to help you get those higher notes. Your air, how tense your lips are going to help you get those. Looking at that trombone exercise there, the first thing you notice is that the first section there before the breath mark is all first position. Then it goes to second position. Then third position. You could extend it further in fourth position. Or fifth. Sixth. They're fantastic exercises to build your trombone playing in your range. Look at 119, Grenadilla Gorilla Jump number 1. This is fourth position G going to fourth position D. The whole song is fourth position. We're going to skip over to 121. You have an alternate position F in that orange box. F can also be played sixth position. So sometimes it's going to be easier, especially if you're out in fifth position, to go 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, as opposed to like 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, 5, 1, 5, 1, and hurting yourself. So here's 121. On 123, we go from a third position A flat to a third position E flat. Again, all third position in 123. The in-between exercises are more exercising using those lip slurs, but adding some extra notes in between. Feel free to try those out. They'll be very helpful. Let's continue on. Let's look at number 130, crossing over. You have a high C. Excuse me. Notice that that high C is also third position. Here's 130. Turn the page with me. 132 on page 26 of Essential Elements is Michael Row the Boat Ashore. This has two pickup notes in it next to a repeat sign that takes you all the way through a first and second ending. So this is kind of crazy. You start off with the pickup notes, go all the way through the first ending to the repeat sign. Then you're going to go back to the first repeat sign. You're not going to do the first two notes again. Actually, they kind of have those first two notes in the first ending, the last two notes in the first ending. And then you go all the way to the end, skipping the first ending and jumping to the second ending. I think the hardest thing about that one is that high C that you're going to be holding for 4 beats. So do your best to keep working on getting those high notes, especially with those lip slurs, to get that. I also like 133, just for fun. The Austrian Waltz, B flat, E flat, A flat in the key signature. Moderato is your tempo for a moderate tempo. It's that More We Get Together song. It's a good review of those accents too. You notice how you have little arrows on some of the notes? That means you give it a little more emphasis. The more we get together, together, together should be helpful. Keep going on. Let's turn the page to page 28. We're going to look at the B-flat concert scale, the concert B-flat scale, number 147. This is your full scale. We had done the 5-note scale for the white belt. This is a full scale, the B-flat concert scale. It talks about a scale, meaning you go from, say, a B-flat to the high B-flat, a low to a high of the same note, and then you play all the notes in between that are of that particular grouping, okay? So we go B-flat, then we play a C, a D, an E-flat, an F, a G, an A natural, and a B-flat. We're playing all 8 notes. Then we call that an octave when we play a low B-flat and a high B-flat, or if we play in low A-flat to a high A-flat, the space between all those is called an octave. You don't really need to know that per se, but sometimes it's fun to. 148 is in harmony. It talks about chords and arpeggios in the box above it. A chord is when you play 2 or more notes at the same time. You can't really do that on a trombone. But you can do it with your friends. If you have 3 trombone players or the like, you could all take a note and play a lovely chord. An arpeggio is a chord, but you break it up and you skip notes in between. Okay? Let's look at number 49, the scale and arpeggio, where you're playing a scale up. Then you do an arpeggio down. Notice you're skipping notes. Then you do the scale down, and then you do an arpeggio, again skipping notes, up. 150 is your last red belt song. There's only 2 red belt songs in this series, 132 and 150. Theme from Surprise Symphony. Haydn, who wrote it, also named Papa Haydn, decided to be a little tricky. You see, people would fall asleep during the concerts, and so he wanted to surprise them. So you notice that you begin andante, slow, piano, soft, and then at the end of the first line, all of a sudden you have an accented high B flat forte. Pop! So what he did was he had everyone nice and quiet, slow, and then partway through the piece, all the instruments went BAMS to wake up everybody in the audience who might be sleeping. Because music is pretty, sometimes you fall asleep. Let's have a listen. Things I'm going to be looking for in here, besides that accented B flat at the end of that first line, is also you have A flats in here, 3rd position, except the second from the last measure at the end, you notice you have 2 A naturals, the low A naturals. So make sure that you find that too. let's go back and let's look at a couple of things here. Another song that's really fun to do, I like to do, is 142, The Saints Go Marching Again. There's a first and second ending, but you get the idea. That is the red belt. One more thing to just kind of draw your attention to is on page 26 in the middle of the page, there's an orange box that says C time signature. You've had 4/4, which means 4 beats in a measure. You've had 2/4, 2 beats in a measure. 3/4, 3 beats in a measure. C is the same as 4/4, because 4/4 is the most common time signature that you're going to have. So C is common time. So I don't know why they don't just do 4/4 all the time, but you're going to see that in your music. So whenever you see a C, it means common time 4/4. Keep on practicing. Keep trying some of these extra exercises in between. There's not a whole lot of extra songs in this section, but there are a lot of extra exercises that are really good to do to keep enhancing your playing. Getting practice with that high C, getting practice with lip slurs. So keep enjoying, and we'll see you for the next round when we get to brown. Good job.